Ride through the city like Brendan Schaub. I'm on a mission to get it all. Ride through the city like Brendan Schaub. If you ain't thick, please don't get involved.
And now, Brendan Thick Boy Schaub. Yes, sir. Let's go. It is June 11th. But by the time y'all are watching this gets released on Friday. We have 2 days to UFC White House Freedom 250. 2 days, fam. 2 days. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. 2 days. If you're watching this on Friday when this releases, well, we got our second live show, UFC Freedom 250 live chat on Thick Boy YouTube, 11 a.m. Central Time. Join the fun. Last time might be the best thing you've ever done. It's so much fun. Join the Brownies. Join the Big Brown Breakdown Club. Just go to YouTube. It'll say join. You click there, and we're off to the races, fam. Every Tuesday and Friday, your boy's on there. It's my favorite thing to do now. Favorite thing to do. But yeah, as we're watching this, we have 2 mother trucking days to UFC history, to American sports history. If you don't like it, lose my number. Cannot freaking wait, dude. Can't wait. The press conference is tomorrow. It's kind of late for a press conference. I was hoping it would be earlier so we could do it during the live stream, but it's a little later. Things are heating up between Justin, Ilia Topuria. This is probably where we should give our picks. Nick's not here. He's playing grab ass somewhere. Missed the biggest week in UFC history. All good. Me and Chen are holding the fort down. We'll do our picks today. It's an interesting one. When you look at the card and just everything going on with this card, there's some that are going to be easier picks, right? There's some that are pretty obvious ones, and there's some where I can make an argument at seeing the guy winning. I'll kick it off like this when it comes to the picks. You know, if you look at DraftKings, you look at any betting site that you guys work with, you'll see that Michael Chandler is the biggest dog on this UFC White House card. And I just don't buy that. I don't buy it because of his opponent. It's not that Hoofy's not good. It's not that he doesn't have potential to be champion. He's just unproven. He has been finished before. BDS kind of beat the brakes off of him. BSD. Benoit Saint Denis beat the brakes off of him. There's just a lot of unknowns with Hoofy. And Chandler, he's had some time off, which at his age isn't necessarily a bad thing. He's had some time off to recoup. Didn't look great against Paddy Pimblett. I hear all that. But Chandler's fought the elite of the elite, and the ones he's lost to are the elite guys. I know he's lost a bunch of fights in the UFC, but you're talking about tip of the spear guys here. Hoofy, who's the best guy he's beat? So yeah, you bring up Michael Chandler here. Yeah, dude, he's lost 5 out of his last 6. It's not good. It's not good. But let's go through who he lost, and then bring up Hoofy's resume too for me, Chin. Strength of schedule here. Strength of schedule. So who has Michael Chandler lost? Charles Oliveira, 2021. Pretty damn good Charles Oliveira. And that was for the belt. Justin Gaethje, pretty damn good. That was fight of the night too. That was a decision. Then he fought Tony Ferguson, front kick, KO in the second round. All right, so beat Tony. You know, that's a weathered Tony. Then he fought Dustin Poirier. Pretty fucking good. That was fight of the night. Then he fought Charles again. Lost that fight, but looked pretty damn good, especially later in the rounds. If you remember, pick him up, he's on his back, slam him down. Looked pretty damn good in that fight. And then the Paddy fight. Paddy fight is probably his worst performance in the UFC yet. That was an awful fight for him. He just, he looked his age in that fight. So I assume everyone and the odds makers are banking it off of that. I think now he's at a lot more rest. And I just, if I go through this list of guys, Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje, Tony Ferguson, Dustin Poirier, Charles Oliveira again, Paddy Pimblett. Hoofy ain't them. By no means is Hoofy them. So Hoofy's best win by far is he beat Fiziev. He looked good. He looked good in that fight.
Lost to BSD, kept mollywopped by BSD, you know? He doesn't have a lot of wins on his resume, like impressive wins. His strength of schedule. Man, I get it. He's the younger cat, taller, more dangerous, has the flying knees, has the elbows, has all that stuff. If Chandler doesn't fight like a frat bro and comes in ready to go, I could see this being a much more difficult fight for Hoofy than any other fight on the card. I think Chandler has more ways to win than Justin Gaethje does beating Ilia. I don't think he should be the biggest dog on the card, and that's because of his opponent. When it was first announced, we all had the same reaction, like, Jesus Christ, this is suicide for freaking Chandler. But you look into it, like, yes and no. Depends what version of Chandler we get. He's lost to the elite of the elite. Hoofy's unproven, has some cardio issues, has grappling issues. Last time he faced a really good grappler, he got dealt with. Fizie's a good win. So that'd be the counter argument there. I just don't think he's a plus 500. I just don't. Out of all the guys on the card, that would be my dog pick. But we can start from, I know I jumped right into Hoofy Chandler. That would be my pick as my biggest underdog. I don't think he should be the biggest underdog. But if you go through it, Diego Lopes, Steve Garcia. So I'm going to give you guys my picks. I'm going to tell you who I want to win. These are two different things. Bring up Steve Garcia's resume for me, Chin. Steve Garcia, I think he's won 7 in a row. A Greg Jackson prodigy. I'm annoyed with Greg for not being there for his own selfish reasons. That drives me nuts. I would fire him if I was a fighter. Steve Garcia's been doing the damn thing. A lot of finishes too. I like that he's always on the offensive. So this fight has all the markers to be fight of the night, most exciting fight in the card. The issue with that is Diego Lopes, if you've been following on YouTube and following on Instagram, he started training at Oklahoma State University, which is the wrestling program. He's very good on the ground. I got a feeling he's going to incorporate a little more grappling in this and win via submission. And I don't know if it's the barn burner we're all expecting it to be. And again, yes, he's won 7 in a row. Amazing. I go to strength of schedule. You go to strength of schedule. The only guys that Diego Lopes has lost to, he lost to Mosar Ivolov. I think that was his first. Was that his first fight? Was that his debut? Yeah,
looks like it.
His UFC debut. He lost to him by decision. Okay, then goes on a run. Beat some notable names: Yusuf, Dan Ige, Brian Ortega. Then he fought Volkanovski for the title. Lost that. That fight was alarming to me, and we'll get to it. Then you beat John Silva. Pretty fucking dangerous, pretty good. That spinning back elbow was selfish, fucking savage. And then he gets the rematch again, which made no sense, and we got the same result. So for 10 rounds, he didn't learn to cut off the cage against Volkanovski, which is a IQ thing, which could be an issue as far as him being a champion. I don't think it's going to be an issue against Steve Garcia. I think he does incorporate grappling into it. You don't go to University of Oklahoma State or Oklahoma State University, the Cowboys, and just strike in a fight. Now, I think it's in his nature to do that wild shit and, get it be exciting, but I also think he realizes the magnitude of this. And also Steve Garcia is a very pressure-heavy, front foot-heavy fighter. So I think he's going to use that to his advantage and get him down, submit him. Who do I want to win? Steve Garcia. Who do I think is going to win? Diego Lopes. Strength of schedule, more dynamic. His coach shows up, so that's big. And he's only lost to the elite of the elite. So again, I'm heavy on the strength of schedule. Age isn't a factor here for either of them. I'll take Diego Lopes. Again, this is if I'm betting money on it. But I would like to see Steve Garcia win. I think fresh blood. Diego Lopes better pray to God Volkanovski loses or retires. Otherwise, he's never get another title shot. So I think for Steve Garcia to win, it's better for the division. But we'll see what happens.
So you're taking Diego then?
I'll take Diego Lopes, but I'm rooting for Steve Garcia.
Steve, yeah.
Next up, we got Bo Nickal, Kyle Daukaus. I've always been a big Bo Nickal fan, still am. That Wikipedia picture of Kyle Daukaus is so infuriating. Philly dude. Yeah, he really struggled when he first came to the UFC. He's on a tear now. Yeah, he's doing the damn thing now. He went to Cage Fury and became champ, got his shit together. But he really struggled at his first outing in the UFC. Yeah, he's doing the damn thing. I just think Bo Nickal, he's improving so much every fight. That RDR fight, alarming if you're a Bo Nickal fan. You're like, oh my God, that was so frustrating to me. And he's so scared to shoot on anybody that has good jiu-jitsu. But then the way he responded to that. So the way he responded to that and coming off of that loss and then just absolutely mollywhopping Rodolfo Vieira, with a KO head kick. Again, strength of schedule. And just his improvement fight after fight. I definitely have Bo Nickal in this fight. And then you get to Hoofy versus Michael Chandler. If you're betting and money's important, obviously Hoofy is the way to go. Is there a world where I see Michael Chandler win? Yes. Do I think he's a plus 500 dog? No. Again, strength of schedule, time off. He's been in bigger fights, has faced tougher competition, way better resume, but he is older. So when I say he can get it done, I just feel like Hoofy's overrated, especially against elite competition. Cardio's an issue for him. And if Chandler doesn't fight like a freaking knucklehead, there's ways for him to win this via decision or TKO, especially as the rounds keep going on. If Hoofy wins, it's going to be in the first round. If this drags into the second, third, I guarantee Chandler wins this fight. I'll take Chandler. So I got Diego Lopes, Bo Nickal, Michael Chandler. Again, I'm taking the biggest dog on the card. So if he shows up and gets flying kneed in 30 seconds, I don't need you in my comments like, oh, thought Chandler was going to win, dumbass. Yeah, I'm taking a fucking plus 500 dog. I just can see a path to where he can win. He shouldn't be the biggest dog. At heavyweight, which is one of the most exciting fights on the card, you got Josh Hokit, Derrick Lewis. Fan of both these guys. Josh Hokit, the only thing that's a little alarming about this, when you actually step back and analyze this fight, is Hokit fought 2 months ago, and it was a war with another heavyweight. Now, he hasn't taken damage in his fights previous to this, but you remember he played football forever and also wrestled forever. So some of that stuff can rear its ugly head at a certain point, especially as he gets older and if he keeps taking those punches. If he fights Derrick Lewis with the same game plan as Curtis Blades, it could get dicey. Now, Derrick Lewis has that power from God, and Hokit just needs to watch his P's and Q's. What I don't like about Derrick Lewis, right, like a jab put him out last fight. He kind of gave up. So whenever there's quit, I'm always going to go with the other guy. Hokit should win this fight. I think he's probably the most favorable guy to win, even over Ilia Topuria, Justin Gaethje. I think Hokit should be the biggest favorite just because I don't know how much Derrick Lewis wants to be in there. And he has one way to get it done. It's by landing that huge right hand. If that doesn't land, he melts. And Hokit broke Curtis Blades. And Curtis Blades a big, strong dude. He ate his shots. Again, the only caveat there is 2 months ago, they were in a straight war at heavyweight. So if he gets clipped, I don't know. But those chances aren't good. I think Hokit's smart. I think he applies pressure, gets him in a clinch against the cage, avoids a big shot, closes distance right away, takes him down, and then ground and pounds him in the first round. That's probably how that goes, unless he gets clipped. And again, longer fight that goes, the better for Hokit. He has really good cardio for a heavyweight. I'll tell you what else is important is, this is UFC Freedom 250, and you're looking for that iconic moment for an American, right? It's at the White House. It's at the goddamn White House. So, again, there's a whole mix of ethnicities, different countries on here. I get all that. But in general, we're looking for the moment. So if you go through the card, you're like, what American is going to have this moment, right? What American is really going to stand out and capitalize on the most watched UFC fight card ever and take that momentum and translate it into something even bigger than this or use it as a launching board? And you go through it. If you go through Americans, Steve Garcia, right? Probably not. Bo Nickal, probably not. It's not in his nature. He's not great on the mic unless it was like some crazy KO, another head kick. Even that, it's Kyle Daukaus, so I don't know if that does it. Chandler, Huffy, maybe if Chandler landed like a huge overhand, like overhand left or something like that and flatline KO'd him, but Chandler's a lot older. Where do you go from here? Even if he beats Huffy, it's not like he's going to fight for a title. It'd be a big moment. If Chandler wins, big moment. He's a Trump guy, sets him up for the Conor fight. That'd be a big deal. Sugar Sean O'Malley being Zahabi, yeah, pretty big, but again, pretty big. And then the biggest would be Justin Gaethje, right? Justin Gaethje, Ilia Topuria. If Justin were able to pull this off, that's the moment Americans are looking for. That's the marquee of the event. That's when Trump comes out. There's fireworks, all sorts of fucking planes flying over, the American flag, USA. If Justin were pulled off, that's by far the biggest moment opportunity that could happen on this card is Justin Gaethje winning, right? By far. But the one guy who I think is going to use this placement, is going to use this UFC White House opportunity and just catapult himself in a different realm is Josh Hokit. I think he beats Derrick Lewis. He gets on the mic, rips a hot promo, calls out Poatan. Regardless, I think he does get the winner of Poatan Ciryl Gane. I think with Tom Aspinall's issues, not only with his eyes, but with Eddie Hearn, that doesn't look promising. That actually, if you're a Tom Aspinall fan, that looks really depressing. So they need to figure a lot more out than just him fighting. If Eddie Hearn say he's not going to fight, okay, he's shelved. So really the late rundown of the UFC heavyweights, like, okay, so what would they do? Well, the winner of Poatan Ciryl Gane, there's a reason Tom's not there, right? So the winner of that's not going to fight Tom next. With the Eddie Hearn stuff, that just delayed everything. That fucks us. So what would they do next? Who's the next biggest on there? Josh Hokit. Who has Josh Hokit been talking mad shit to in every interview? Poatan, because he thinks Poatan's going to win. So if Poatan were able to pull this off, I think you get Josh Hokit and Poatan, because Poatan goes, I don't want to wait. I'm not waiting for Tom Aspinall to get his shit together and fight in November, December. I want to fight right away. Hokit wants to fight right away. If Hokit wins, it's going to be first round. He's not going to get touched. He'll be ready to go. Poatan be ready to go. If Poatan wins, a lot of stuff has to happen for this to come to fruition, but I think you're going to get Hokit, Poatan next for the unified heavyweight championship. I think they stripped Tom, especially with Eddie Hearn stuff, unfortunately. That's the way this goes. So I think Hokit's going to use this White House platform as a launching pad. It's going to put him in a different freaking realm, and he's going to fight for the heavyweight title next. That's what you're going to get. Sugar Sean O'Malley, Zahabi. So obviously, I got Diego Lopes, Bo Nickal, Chandler, and Hokit. Sugar Sean, Zahabi, crazy IQ. Obviously, his brother, Faraz, is one of the best minds in the game. So he has that in his arsenal. He's always been a high IQ fighter. He's getting better each fight. Again, strength of schedule. Did he beat Chito Vera? It was a close fight. Did he beat Jose Aldo? Most people don't think so. I think Sugar gets it done. It's also styles make fights. Zahabi's flat-footed. Even though he has a very high IQ, this fight is set up for Sugar Sean to win. And hopefully he gets a finish, but I could see him win by decision. But if he is going to get a finish, because Zahabi is flat-footed, Sugar Sean has those quick fucking hands and angles, I could see him get him out of there in the second or third round. But more likely than not, it's going to be decision, Sugar Sean. And I'll take Sugar Sean there. So far, you got 1, 2, 3. You got 4 Americans winning off my picks. You got 4 Americans winning. And now, which I think is the most competitive, the most on unanswered questions going into the fight. The best fight on the card, the closest odds for a reason on the card is Poatan Ciryl Gane. That's by far your most competitive, best fight on the card, bar none, hands down, is Poatan versus Ciryl Gane. 2 weeks ago, I would have told you how Potan's can go in there and just dominate Ciryl Gane. The issue is when you look at the tape study on Ciryl Gane, it's not an ideal matchup for Poatan. It's not. You're talking about a natural heavyweight, great footwork, can move for 25 minutes. I don't think he's ever been knocked out. He's been clipped by Francis, right? He's been hit with some big boys. He's been in there with big boys. No one's really been able to even wobble him. Can Poatan do it? Start off at 85 coming up. We'll see. And also, you know who rocked him was Tai Tuivasa, who hits like a fucking Mack truck. But one of the things with this fight is we don't know what Potan's going to look like at heavyweight. We can assume, but we really don't know what we're going to get. And that's what makes this a tough fight. Very tough fight for him. And Ciryl Gane is big, savvy, doesn't really get knocked out, doesn't entertain those exchanges, doesn't take a lot of risks. He's happy to sit on his back foot and pick you apart and go 25 minutes, even if the crowd's booing, which is an issue. But I think Poatan will get it done because Ciryl Gane does leave his hands down in exchanges, especially his right hand. If you watch tapes study on him, his right hand's always low. Now, he gets away with it with bigger guys because he's so quick and he can use his footwork to get in and out. But I do think Poatan should have a pretty sizable speed advantage. I would hope so, coming up from 185. And I think that left hook does find a home. But I don't think it's going to be fast because Ciryl Gane has too high of an IQ and he just plays it safe. He feels guys out early on and uses athleticism. So I can see this dragging into the third, fourth round before Poatan really gets after it. I'll take Poatan, would not bet my mortgage on it, would not bet my kids' tuition on it. But I'm siding with Poatan. It's also who I want to win. And then I think get Hokit Poatan for the unified heavyweight title. To the main event, Ilia Topuria, Justin Gaethje. What Justin Gaethje is doing is amazing. The odds are so stacked against him. He's a lot older, has all the punishment. He's the human highlight reel. And Justin throws caution to the wind. Justin does get hit, though. That's an issue. Paddy Pimblett had a lot of success on the feet. Sloppy had success. Max Holloway, a lot of success. Dustin Poirier, a lot of success. Charles Oliveira, a lot of success. Michael Chandler, a lot of success. So there's a theme here. And the reason he's called the human highlight isn't because he doesn't get hit. It's because his fight's so goddamn good and he wins in convincing fashion and crazy knockouts. The issue with that is he's fighting Ilia Topuria, who by all metrics is younger, faster, and better at every single aspect of mixed martial arts. That's what you're dealing with. He should be by far the biggest dog on the card, not Michael Chandler. It should be Justin Gaethje. Now, I'm not saying he cannot win. He definitely can, but his chances of winning are way less than Michael Chandler's, I think. For Justin Gaethje, he just has to be... Again, you're asking a guy who made a living off being a human highlight. That's literally his nickname. So you're asking him to switch things up in probably his last fight ever and fight under control, close the distance, get his back to the cage. I would use some dirty boxing, a shot I want to be mad at, but just to get it Topuria a little slower, get that blood flow going. It is outside. Who knows what the humidity is like? But we're trying to do whatever we can to gain an advantage. And also, Justin does have those kicks, which if you watch him in World Series of Fighting, that was his shit. He literally won fights off kicks. He also has the head kick. Obviously, he had the head kick at Dustin Poirier. So I do think he can incorporate leg kicks to kind of maybe even win some rounds and set up a knockout. And to me, it would be the biggest upset of all time. All time. You're talking about a guy in his absolute fucking prime as the main event. Ilia Topuria does everything better than Justin Gaethje. It's a nightmare of a fight for him. But boy, would I love to see him win. So my pick is Ilia Topuria, but I'm rooting for Justin Gaethje. If Justin were able to win, it would just make this insane event even bigger. It would be, I can't even fathom with him beating Ilia Topuria and grabbing that flag, and you got Trump in the ring or in the octagon, and you got the jets flying over top, you got fireworks at Dana there. What a way to go off. Will never happen again. Will be the biggest upset in UFC history. An American wins at the White House. Buddy, you couldn't write a movie about this. It's going to be fucking epic. That's what he's dealing with. So just to recap all that, my picks are Diego Lopes, Bo Nickal, Michael Chandler, Josh Hokit, Sugar Sean O'Malley, Poatan, Ilia Topuria. Again, I think the only one I picked that's not favored is Michael Chandler. So it's also, if you're watching, like, yeah, no shit. I hear you. I
missed that. So you're picking Ciryl or Alex? Which one? I forgot.
Poatan, man.
Poatan.
That fight's to me, because the unknown of Alex at heavyweight and how good Ciryl Gane is and with his chin, that's a coin flip. So even though I picked Poatan because I want Poatan to win, I've never been a Ciryl Gane fan. Ciryl Gane could easily win this fight. That's by far the most competitive, closest fight on the card. Ciryl Gane has a granite chin, great defense. He does leave his right hand down, which could be an issue for him. We'll see. That would not surprise me if Ciryl Gane won. What would surprise me is if Justin Gaethje won. That would blow me away.
It'd blow you away?
Blow me. Oh, dude. That'd be insane. Wouldn't be surprised, but Steve Garcia wins. Yeah, that makes sense. Kyle Daukaus, that would be sad because then Bo Nickal, it's officially over. There's no coming back from that. You lose that fight, it's over. The hype's over. So that would be a bummer as a Bo Nickal fan. If Chandler gets starched in 30 seconds, yeah, that makes sense. But him winning by decision or late TKO wouldn't surprise me. I wouldn't be like, oh my God, can you believe the biggest dog? I'm like, I fucking told you. Sugar Sean, nothing. Unless he just gets absolutely starched, but he won't. That would surprise me. But other than that, doesn't surprise me. Yeah, Diego Lopes, I look for him to do some grappling. You don't go to OSU and not incorporate grappling. And he has really good jiu-jitsu. Cannot fucking wait. How about Basti's fucking softball? His baseball game, all-star baseball game's at 4:30.
How long does they last usually?
He has one game, probably take an hour.
And then is it far to drive back? And
45 minutes away. I should make it right at 7.
It should be good. But you want to take in everything, right?
I don't want to miss
I know.
I don't want to miss a second. I don't want to miss a freaking second of this fight card. I can't wait. What else you got, Jen?
Let's start not there. So you sent this a little while ago.
Yeah, they have all the media now at the White House.
Every MMA page.
Oh, because all the media is there. It's pretty dope.
It is like a cool look from the inside. So this is the
who gets what a treat for all the media and the UFC MMA media. Like, you're at the White House, dude.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And whenever you go to a place like that, it never captures the actual size in the moment.
No,
but it's like when they're there, they're like, "Oh,
it looks
crap,
so badass." And I would be willing to bet a lot of that MMA media that's there hated on this fight card, talked all that shit. They got there. I bet they shut the fuck up really fast and went,
White House,
oh, shit. It's like, yeah, dumbass. This ain't social media anymore. This is real. They pulled this off. Look at that. The fucking White House is right behind you. Hey, you're welcome. All you haters of the MMA media hating on Dana, hating on the White House, you're welcome. You're at the White House. Mm-hmm. You're welcome. It's so badass. And there's a lot of MMA media there. There's a lot of regular media there. I love that Dana goes, we're not banning anybody. He's like, nobody's banned. Sean Strickland just wasn't invited. You know, that's like me saying I'm banned from the Super Bowl. No, you're not banned. You can come. We're not going to invite you. If you want to pay your way, you can come.
Oh, so he has to pay
You're
that
not
mill.
banned. You're just not invited.
Okay. You want to hear him talk about it real quick?
Everybody's banned, apparently. Apparently, fucking everybody is banned. Of course, Sean Strickland is. Sean Strickland is banned from humanity, okay? We don't want him near any human beings anywhere. Fucking shows up at power slap, he starts fights, and he made it very clear that he didn't want to be a part of this event, and now apparently he's banned. Nobody is banned. Nobody's music is banned. No media members have been banned, and the list goes on and on. This is obviously a very unique event where, first of all, there's only so much room. And she was telling me that, at the White House, there's 1,000 media members that are credentialed at the White House. So, 1,000 people are like, oh, we're all going to, no, we can't have 1,000, of the White House media members just show up at this thing. There's only 4,300 tickets to actually see it. So literally nobody has been banned from this event. I saw something today on social media that said, Diego's music was banned. I heard that. That's the song he's walking out to. The song was never banned. It was never brought up. It was never mentioned. There's a lot of bullshit floating around out there right now.
Yeah, it's because all these MMA sites, they want headlines and all this shit. Like, it's all fake news.
They made a huge...
But that's media. Of course, that's media. That's all they do now for headlines. None of it's real.
I mean, okay, some are media, but some are the, aspiring YouTubers or TikTokers that want to get more attention, and they just make this huge thing out of it, and then he's just like, no.
And the MMA media picks it up, and there's no validation, there's no sources, it's all bullshit because he gets clicked. But I love it. But I also can see what Strickland's doing, where he thought he was going right, but he talked all that shit about it, and he's like, I'm banned. Like, I dig it. I dig it. So the Sean Strickland post this goes, to Dana saying I wasn't invited, I'll clarify this to you. After my fight, Hunter said he will get it done. UFC filmed it and embedded has the footage. I literally got a call from you saying I wasn't cleared by the White House.
Cleared
meaning you're not invited. So he didn't clarify this. He goes, after my fight, Hunter said he will get it done. So the UFC has on tape saying Hunter said he was going to get it done. But Hunter's not the head honcho. So then Dana's like, no, the White House doesn't want him there. So, but it's not that he's banned. You're just not invited. But again, you can't talk all this shit. Like, I don't expect I've talked a lot of shit in my day, especially about Dana and the White House, or not the White House, but Dana and, just the business in general. Like, I don't expect them to do anything. If I would ask for credentials, I expect them probably not to do it. Like, that's the bed you lay in, man, A
lot of time has passed, though.
Oh, yeah, we're good now. We're good now, but they're not going to reach out to me, But if I'm Strickland, I run with that too. Yeah, I was banned. Fuck this. I was banned.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, they don't want me there.
Pops in the news more. This is behind the scenes with Hokit going after Pereira once again for some reason.
He said, listen, does some of the stuff he does cringy and you don't agree with? Sure. It's working though.
Yeah.
It's working. That's why he does it.
Okay, so here's part of it here.
Why does Poton look scared there?
He just ignores it.
Dude, I like how he broke character, how it started off as, hey, Holmes, that's why I don't say anything. That's why I don't fucking say anything, pussy. You're like, whoa.
Cholo to a white boy.
Yeah, legit hatred there. But he's just trying to, he doesn't hate Poton, he's just trying to build the fight.
Yeah, of course.
He set himself up. That's what he's trying to do. And I'm all for it.
And then afterwards, let me see if this is the best video for it. This one I thought was interesting. So Poton says that he heard through the grapevine somewhere that even though Hokit's going to be fighting on the card because it's already set and done, he doesn't believe he's going to be sticking around afterwards, like potentially being cut for whatever reason. But let me go ahead and play it for you. There's going to be a translation, so don't worry.
Would that fight make sense? Should Josh Hokit win on Sunday as well, or would you rather not reward the behavior that he's been showing you in the hotel?
I just don't want to. This is nothing personal. I just want to make sure that I talked about this. I don't even like to talk about this guy, and it's more for everybody. That's just that because people just keep asking the question, and again, I'm just addressing the situation since you asked. I try not even to think about it or entertain anything about him because no reason for it. But we can't remove him out of the card on Sunday. He's already in there, so he's going to fight. But I've just heard some thing or two. I don't even know if he's going to be a part of this organization going forward. He's going to fight, but I don't know. I've heard some things here or there that I don't even, maybe not even worth talking about it because I don't even know if he's going to be there. There's a huge
Bullshit. UFC loves this. UFC loves it. You have a heavyweight who's athletic as shit, Fresno State football, Fresno State wrestling, All-American, running back from Division I, undefeated, just had the heavyweight fight of the year. He has no worries that he's going to get cut. That doesn't make any sense. Maybe that's a translation issue. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. Guarantee you they're going to pump this dude up. They can put a rocket fucking on his back if he knocks out Derrick Lewis on this White House card.
I wonder why he would be here.
None of that is real. Maybe one of his team told him that, some bullshit, but none of that's real.
This is also, I'm not sure if this is 100% yet.
Is this confirmed?
No. So I heard it's like, the way they worded it, it's like it's pretty much happening, but I don't know. It's not confirmed yet. So this is Paulo Costa versus Yuri Prochazka.
It's a great fight. Great fight. Very tough fight for Yuri, especially after just being starched. Tough fight.
Yeah. And then I heard this also as a rumor. Imavov versus Pfeiffer in Paris.
God, you're making my boy Joe go to fucking France? An away game? Yeah, I'll be rooting hard for Pfeiffer than that one. Those are two great fights if it actually happens.
Yeah. All right. And what do you think about this, Dana White? This from Championship Rounds.
This is so funny to me. It's like people are like, oh, Conor. Right? Remember with the Ronda stuff and all that? And like, oh, all the UFC's going to do is bring Conor. Nobody gives a shit about Conor. And then you hear anybody like, oh, in Dublin, they don't even care about Conor. America, we're so over it because all the lawsuit stuff and all the shit he's been doing. And then they announce he's fighting. And it's on pace to be the biggest all-time gate record. Oh, but wait, internet. Wait, I'm sorry. I thought you guys said nobody cares about Conor McGregor. I thought he was washed. Oh, wait, all you people in Ireland. I thought everyone hated him. Weird, because he hasn't fought in 5 years, and he sold out so fast. It's gonna be the biggest gate ever. Oh, I think people actually give a shit. It's insane. It's awesome. It's dope.
And also, Conor, for some reason, there's like a report came out recently with New York Times, like this really big thing, and I see it in a bunch of different media posts. Like they found out that Conor was using, PEDs to recover from his injury.
Oh, they're just late.
Yeah, it's like this. Oh, we just discovered. It's like everyone already knew that was a fact. I don't know.
That's the problem when doing this White House card is you're getting media from outside of our world coming in, and they're just
But just now they're saying like, we discovered
they're so
this.
far behind. They're all Chuck Liddell needs to stop. You're like, all right, well, that was a long time ago.
Chuck Liddell. All right, this is Daniel Cormier talking about if Poatan does get that third belt, does he believe he's going to bypass John and become a GOAT?
No.
Just come out and said that
There's no way.
Wins the third belt. He leapfrogs John on the GOAT list. Where do you stand on that?
Alex just asked me that directly, and he's big now. So it's like, that's a hard question to answer in front of him when he's that big. And I actually told him no. I told him that I don't think that he'd be the greatest just yet. I think that he needs to, he would need to defend the championship at heavyweight. He defended 3 times at light heavyweight. Is it 3 times he's defended? Two or 3 times?
Yeah. Well, he lost it and regained it.
Yeah, so it's like he's fought in that title for a lot of times, and I think that he just needs more work. But I do believe that being a 3-division champion is one of the greatest accomplishments ever.
Agree.
But to put him over George St. Pierre or Khabib Nurmagomedov, I don't think quite yet. John Jones, you guys know how I feel.
Oh, I put him over Khabib. I put him over Khabib.
Over Khabib.
Yeah, Khabib never, he fought way lesser competition, never pursued another belt. Sure as fuck not 3. Listen, as the kids say, anybody that knows ball knows this fight game, knows that Poatan winning this interim heavyweight belt over Ciryl Gane doesn't make him the greatest of all time. If you know ball, as the kids say, this ain't it. But I guarantee the people watching, especially this show, you guys know he's not. It's not real. Dana's selling a fight, but if you know ball, you know that's far from the truth. Now, is it the greatest achievement in mixed martial arts? Yeah, I can argue that. But there's a difference between being the greatest of all time and having the best achievement, most impressive achievement, winning 3 belts. It's never been done. That's impressive.
Okay, so this is kind of cool too. This is another bonus for the White House.
Yeah, I love Travis Pastrana. Apparently, there's all sorts of pageantry and crazy shit that's going on there during, before, after. I heard after the main event, there's supposed to be some crazy shit going down.
That's gonna be dope.
Like super entertaining, dude. When I say I can't wait, fuck Christmas, fuck Thanksgiving. You guys know I love Halloween. This is bigger than all of that.
I think this is like, you know how Affliction was trying. I think it was Affliction when they had Megadeth. Was it Affliction? Or no, not Metallica. I think it was Megadeth. They tried to make this like, they imagined this thing to be incredible, but it came out kind of cheesy.
Yeah,
you know, the way
cheesy,
but I think these guys will make it like.
Oh, I know who. I remember that. It was, but it's super.
Yeah, it was in between like fights. It just didn't fit in for.
Was it Affliction?
I think it was Affliction. Let me just
Or was it Elite XC?
Yeah, Affliction or
yeah, but I remember watching it and like, please just play the fucking fights.
Yeah, Affliction banned mixed martial arts.
That's right, but it was so awkward.
Yeah.
2008 Anaheim, California Honda Center. Your boy fought there. I fought Gonzaga there.
Oh, nice.
And the main event was Kane Brock Lesnar. I had to share a locker room with Brock Lesnar.
Did you guys chat there? I'm sure you had.
He was always super nice to me. He was awesome.
Yeah, so this is Travis Pastrana. If people don't know him, he's like freaking crazy X Games guy. He does everything.
You better know who Travis Pastrana is.
Nitro Circus. So here we go.
Yeah.
How you doing?
What's up, brother? How are you?
Nothing more. Just discussing ramps right now. We're trying to figure out building
Discussing
the biggest booter ever made, other than Josh Sheehan's triple flipped.
Holy shit. You're always into something. Well, you grabbed me at Power Slap and said, I want to do a backflip on the south lawn of the White House. And I said, interesting. All right, let me see what I can do.
I thought that was a nice no. I appreciate it, man.
No, it's done. We're doing it. I got it done.
That's a yes.
That's a yes.
We're backflipping the White House lawn. Dude, I've always loved you, but like I want to give you a big hug right now.
The team are going to call you and start preparing with you. So get your boys together and kick some ass, my friend.
Dana, this.
Yeah. Anyways, he's very thankful.
So
and
cool.
That's gonna be cool to have a backflip
Dude, it's gonna be
during this
firework.
event. Yeah. Nitro Circus is freaking awesome.
Hell yeah. Nitro Circus is sick.
Yeah. Oh, there's just more stuff about the White House, but let me.
Hey, real quick, go back to that.
This one?
Yeah. Didn't they say it cost $60 million to build all this?
They did.
Listen, I'm doing some remodeling on my home. There's no way this only cost $60 million. There's no way. Dude.
Is it after you saw them walking through?
Oh, dude, yeah. When I'm looking, I'm like, what the fuck? Way more than 60 mil. They're just telling us that so everyone stays cool. But I bet you they're way over the budget. That shit is so dope.
Tons.
Did you see the gloves?
No.
Now, the fight kits
yeah.
The fight kits are super lame. But the gloves, they're cool. They're red, white, and blue. I gotta be honest. I feel like I could have made a cooler glove.
I mean, it's just very.
The American flag is dope. I would have done, you know how they have, so I would have done just like this with that American flag, but I would have put, you know how they have the white UFC on the black gloves that they always do? Mm-hmm. I would have done the white UFC like always, but it would have been in American flag colors.
Yeah, that would have been, yeah. This is like very much on the nose.
This is the obvious. Again, this is clip art. This is AI bullshit, no effort.
Art, yeah.
Why not use your normal custom or your normal black gloves, but then have the UFC instead of white, it's in American flag colors, and then have the American flag like they have on there. Because go back to the glove, that American flag's gonna be covered with tape, with black tape
This right here?
from the commission. You're not gonna see that American flag. So when you look at it, now there's gonna be no American flag. So why not have where it says freedom, have that in the American flag, or I would have had the big UFC American flag and then 250 underneath it in like gold. What do I know though?
So if they incorporated it into the actual writing, they wouldn't have to cover it because it's still just the writing.
Yeah, because that
It's not the
American
actual
flag's gonna be covered
flag on its own.
on fight night. No one's gonna see that American flag.
Interesting.
I'm for sure gonna order a pair of those though.
So
But they could have been way better. But yeah, all good. All good. You ain't gonna rain on my parade, baby.
Speaking of that, hold on. Let's play this clip from Dana White talking about the weather or whatever happens there.
Not at all. Like Borsari's all over. The Borsari, my head of production, is like the most OCD guy on the planet. We're gonna be good on Sunday. I mean, if you read the internet, the fucking whole show is getting shut down on Sunday. But I don't care if it snows, rains, whatever. We're going, and even lightning. You know, you guys all played, sports when you were growing up. Whenever there was lightning, you'd set the lightning out, and then when it was over, you played. I mean, that's what we'll do. And if there would be lightning, we'd know it daily.
Yeah, I was just gonna say they'd know already.
And then we would work around it.
There's gonna be no issues. I know everyone wants to create issues. I know everyone wants to say this, the weather, bugs, lightning, rain. There's gonna be no issues. Haters, stop all of it. There's gonna be no issues
Speaking of issues
with the weather.
Yeah, with the weather. Did you see that Oscar De La Hoya wants to also, I think he actually put in a cease and desist letter to stop the event from happening.
Gay.
And just listen to it's kind of the same explanation you heard before, but he adds a little twist to it.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Hope you're having a great start to your week. A bunch of news dropped over the weekend, and I didn't want to wait until Thursday to talk about it. So I guess this is like an emergency clapback. So check it out. So the corruption is just fucking crazy with Zuffa and TKO. I tried to tell you this when I went to Washington last month, but it runs deeper than I ever imagined, man. Look, Uncle Fester has been running his mouth about this stupid UFC event at the White House. Yeah, he's a fucking Neanderthal. We all know that. But Americans are fucking tired of his shit, and they're finally speaking up.
No, they're not.
A retired Air Force sergeant and a Vietnam War veteran, they filed the lawsuit to stop Uncle Fester and the UFC event from happening, stating that it's illegal. Illegal to stage a private, for-profit sports event on the White House grounds.
It's not for profit.
Look, I agree with him. Oh, and it gets even more twisted. I mean, facts came out. Check this one out. Facts came out that President Donald Trump, he bought $50,000 worth of TKO stock in March and then immediately started promoting the UFC event at the White House. I mean, he will benefit from the rising stock and sales of VIP packages to the event, which are priced at more than $1 million per. I mean, conflict of interest, anybody? Not to mention the disrespect to our country.
Oh, wow.
They're using the Lincoln Memorial for the UFC press conference, which is a slap in the face to every American soldier who
But then
fought
he
for
would do it
this
if it was
country.
Golden Boy.
They're using these sacred monuments to promote a for-profit event, which will benefit the president and his buddies. Look, I'll give you all the details on Thursday. Plus, on a new lawsuit filed against Zuffa from another promoter. Hell, maybe even I'll file a lawsuit before Thursday. Anyway, we'll see you then.
Yeah, apparently he did. or
Whenever you
his team
see
did.
people doing stuff like this, whatever level it is, hate on somebody, hate on data, hating on somebody doing better than them, they're never doing well. Like Oscar De La Hoya, I don't know if you guys know this or not, he's not crushing it. He just had to file for bankruptcy. They shut down Golden Boy. So the reason he's going after Dana, what else is he going to talk about? Think about any hater video you see, whether it's talking about me, Dana, Rogan, Shane Gillis, insert anybody. Ilia, Justin Gaethje, Michael Chandler. Have you ever seen anybody that does it that's doing well? Ever. Can you look at him and go like, yeah, that guy looks like he's doing well? No. They can't do anything else. Oscar De La Hoya has no announcements that would get people excited. His business ventures, there's nothing to get people excited. His own personal life, nothing to get people excited. So how's he getting views? How's he getting engagement? Hating on somebody doing better than him. Where I guarantee you, if Trump came to him and said, hey, we're going to do a Golden Boy boxing event on the White House lawn, they would never. But if they were, he would jump through any hoop to make that happen. Any hoop.
Yeah.
Dudes, he's wearing his own shirt.
I know. That's the first thing I noticed, too. I was like, I don't know.
De La Hoya Mayweather. Buddy, you got to let it go.
He's very proud of that moment, but still.
He's a gnat. He's a gnat. All these guys that make videos like this to get a response, they're just gnats. And Dana's counting his money.
Okay. Let's do... Oh, this is cool. I had no idea about this, but Islam Makhachev received his black belt in Taekwondo. Did you know he ever took Taekwondo?
No.
Neither did I.
Easiest martial art to get your black belt in. I actually think the fastest you can get your black belt is in judo.
But this one totally caught me off guard. I was like, what? And then there's a spinning roundhouse, I guess.
Good for him, man.
Yeah. Keep learning stuff.
That's cool. Is that it, brother?
Sure.
Do some fan questions?
All right, sounds good.
Let's get some fan questions going. Then remember, Friday, 11 a.m. Central Time, we're doing the live chat, UFC 250 Freedom live chat. Come on out. Join the club. Go to Thick Boy YouTube. Click join. Boom. You sign up. Fire your questions away. I'll go as long as you guys want to go tomorrow. All right? Let's do it. Let's jump into these fan questions. These are all your DMs. If you want your question answered, obviously the live chats, by far the easiest way. You become a member and I answer questions live every Tuesday and Friday. But if not, the easiest way to get your questions answered is on Sunday's all Q&A show. Submit your questions in the YouTube comments right now. You put fan question, Nick Chin see them, I answer them. It's that easy. These are straight off the DMs I got from Instagram, so let's do it. Chris Master Life Clock. Christopher Ryan says, Bubba, question for you, brother. What are we doing with Charles Oliveira now? Max gets Conor in July. Armin is waiting for the winner of Gaethje, Ilia. Is he? Who does Charles defend the BMF against? It feels like he fought everyone already. Thanks, brother. Close sources tell me it's Charles Armin 2 for 5 rounds. That's what I'm told. Giovanni
_.
Fan question. My friend and I are arguing this hypothetical matchup. He says Nate Diaz from 2015, 2016 beats Ilia Topuria right now. I think he's smoking. I think he's smoking dick personally. As good as Nate's chin was back then, Ilia has the power to chin anyone from 145 to 170. Couldn't agree more. No. How would Nate Diaz beat him? Go through it. Is he gonna sit there and walk forward and volume punch him to a decision and not get clipped in the process? Not a chance. Is he gonna take him down? Not a chance. Speed, stamina, strength. Ilia Topuria is better at every facet of MMA over Nate Diaz. Not even competitive fight. Oh, you're hating on Nate. No, I'm not. I would say that about 99% of the roster of all time against Ilia. That's how good that kid is. What else you got? EG__ shoots. Fan question, will any realistic event location ever be able to top having fights at the White House? Is this a tippy top of the mountain? Yeah, I think that's why it's so special. It will never be done again. Ever, ever, ever. And it's going to beat every single viewership record as far as the MMA event goes. I think it blows Netflix out of the water. It blows any UFC card out of the water. I'd be willing to bet it does between 25 to 30 million views. Now, Dana says can do Super Bowl numbers. Just for reference, again, he's a promoter. He's hyping the fight. I'm on board with it. I get it. You don't know ball if you think that's real. Because just in America, I think we average over 100 million viewers on the Super Bowl. Just in America. They won't reach that worldwide on this event, but I can see it doing 30, 40 million. It will for sure surpass 17 million and beat Netflix. Guarantee that. The Birmingham bad boy,
Birmingham.
The Birmingham bad boy. All right. Fan question. Who's the pound for pound strongest guy you've ever trained with? I spent a few years training with Volk. I've heard he's super strong. When I joined the gym, I spent over a year without training MMA, but had been lifting weights and eating crap. I was 112 kilograms and thought this little Aussie wouldn't be able to move me. He ragdolled me in grappling like I've never experienced before. Who's the pound for pound strongest guy
that you trained with?
Man, Pat Cummins, who was about 220, was super fucking strong. Wrestled at Penn State, fought in the UFC. First fight in the UFC was against DC on short 2-day notice. Pat Cummins was super strong. Bobby Lashley was fucking wicked strong. Pound for pound, though, Shane Carwin. He was so fucking strong. So strong. Again, you're like, yeah, but he's a heavyweight. I know, but he was so strong.
It's crazy you say Pat Cummins, though, because I remember Daniel Cormier was like ragdolling him.
I know. Pat was so fucking strong. Pat, I'd say Pat or Nate Marquardt. Nate Marquardt was wicked athletic and wicked strong. Pound for pound, you know, because Nate fought at 85, but pound for pound was Nate Marquardt. But Pat Cummins is up there. Matthew Lovemore. Longtime listener here from South Africa. All right, what up, Africa? We often hear that moving up a weight class is good for fighters, but what I've seen is most people moving up just pack on extra pounds and cut the same amount. So is it really better? FYI, did you know DDP used to fight at 170 in both South Africa and KSW? I did. He's definitely not making 170 these days. He's older. He's a thick kid now. But yes, I was familiar with that. He's a fucking savage. He's so big, he needs to go to 205. But as far as hearing fighters move up, you know what? It's just the unknown when it comes to Poatan. This has been a pretty fast transition. He put on weight. It doesn't look like the good weight either. So that worries me a little bit against Ciryl Gane, who's a shredded heavyweight. But it's good in the sense that they're not depleting their bodies of nutrients and fluids. So one of the issues is when guys cut a ton of weight is they don't have that fluid on the brain, so they get knocked out easier. So I would assume Poatan can take a better shot. My only question is he as fast? Is he as powerful? Is his cardio as good? Because usually that's a give and take there. So I have some question about Poatan at heavyweight. We'll find out this Sunday. But these are some big fucking questions we need to get answered. Boo that man. Sean Booher. Yo, Paramount Plus has a special deal going on right now until the 30th. It's 99 cents a month for 2 months of Paramount Premium instead of $13.99 a month. The fight won't be on CBS, but this is how they bump up those Paramount ratings. You get the McGregor card also. Spread the word. It's fight week. Yeah, son. So according to this gentleman, I assume this is real, you can get Paramount just to watch. I'm sure you can cancel it after the McGregor fight if you want, but just to watch UFC White House and McGregor July 14th. Is it the 14th? Well, either way, in July. But you can get Paramount Plus for 99 cents. So knowing that too, these views are gonna be fucking sizzler. Is that it?
Just one more.
All right, brother, let's do it. Scuba Steve Cards. Yo, Brendan, fan from The Ultimate Fighter and early TFAT K days. Love that I refound this podcast. Always respect your MMA knowledge. Thanks, buddy. My question is, are you into any of the sports cards hype? My son and I have been opening lots of UFC recently. I'm slowly getting back into the UFC, and I like when we were kids. The trading cards help learn fighters. My son's name is Connor. Sick. So that's our main hunt. Good luck, brother. Also, the resale for some of these is insane. Happy early Father's Day. Thanks, brother. Yeah, my kids starting into cards. I gave them both my old collection. It was mainly all football and baseball cards. But you're right. The way I learned a lot about players was through cards. I would like if they were a little more into it, but it is expensive once you start looking, to your point, these resale values. I just don't want to be into Pokemon cards. That shit is so lame to me. I know it's huge, but man, collect sports cards. So hopefully, I know my youngest Bosty, he's super into sports. So hopefully he gets more into it. But Tiger can take it or leave it, you know. But yeah, it's cool. It's the way I learned too, brother. All right, kids, that's it. That's it. If you're watching this, you probably jumped over to the live chat. It's going down at 11 a.m. Central Time on this YouTube channel. Just click join the Big Brown Breakdown Club, join the Brownies, fire away all your questions. We go where you guys want to go. We're leaning into UFC Freedom 250, baby. Let's fucking go. See you guys live tomorrow. I'm Big Brown. It's almost UFC Freedom, baby. This freaking Sunday. Let's go. If you see me on the field, come say what's up. That's it, man. I'm Big Brown. I'm out.
When you're in a bind, you will find a new fight card to be broken down. And you can't fall asleep, 'cause he'll go balls deep on a card coming Saturday night. It's Big Brown, Big Brown, Big Brown Breakdown coming to your town. He's big and he's brown, the Big Brown Break.
Some of that was good.
Down.